For a long time, I had been stuck in these cycles of overthinking, and I kept feeling like I needed the perfect plan in order to get out of this rut that I'd found myself in. The more time I spent thinking, the deeper I seemed to sink. If you're stuck in a rut, you probably feel like the issue is with your levels of motivation, but that is a lie. I've been reflecting lately on how I've managed to get out of my own ruts over the years, as well as working with other guys to help them do the same thing. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to get out of this rut you're in and to start enjoying your life again, starting today. If you're feeling stuck right now in any area of your life, I get it. I have been there many times myself, and there is nothing worse than that feeling of hopelessness. It feels as though there is something missing, and if you could only find that missing piece, everything else would fall into place. What's worse is that this feeling of hopelessness doesn't just get contained to one area of your life. It might start with your career situation. Maybe you're looking for a change of career, or maybe your performance is starting to drop in some way. Before you know it, you start to feel lazy and lethargic, and because of that, you stop exercising as much. And a consequence of that is that you start gaining a bit more weight. This then affects your confidence, so you stop going out as much and you spend more time on your own. This is a snowball effect. The longer this goes on, the deeper the rut seems to become, and the harder it seems to get out of it. There was a time in my life where I wanted to run my own business, and I didn't know what I wanted to do at the time. I just knew that I didn't want to work for the man. I wanted to be my own boss. And so I went online and I started searching, what are some decent businesses, online businesses that I can get involved in that have very low startup costs. And at the time, the big thing was Amazon fulfillment. I ended up in this deep research hole that probably lasted about 6 months, looking at what the perfect product was going to be, what the perfect industry was going to be, where my knowledge cross-sectioned against what it was that the market were looking for. And I spent so much time researching what I should be doing, thinking about what I should be doing, and not actually doing anything about it. I got myself stuck in a rut. Eventually, I got so fed up with being stuck in this rut that I started to analyse how I got here in the first place, and I stumbled across the solution quite by accident. What I learned was that there are 2 key ingredients that create the perfect storm for being stuck in a rut. The first is procrastination, and the second is overthinking. If procrastination and overthinking are the problems, then their opposites might just be the solutions. So what are the opposites? Well, for procrastination, the opposite is action. And for overthinking, that is underthinking. What's happened is that you've got yourself stuck in a negative cycle. You are waiting for motivation to come before you take action. You need momentum in order to take action, and the less momentum you have, the less action you take, and the less action you take, the less motivation you're going to have. This is a negative cycle that only goes one way. The solution, like many things in life, is always very simple. What you need to do is to reverse this cycle. In order to gain motivation, you need to increase your momentum. How do you increase your momentum? With action. Without action, this rut will become deeper and will start to leak into all other areas of your life. Some examples of this might be the guy that's 50 pounds overweight and that wants to lose it. He spends the next 3 months researching all his local gyms, looking for the perfect workout routine, researching the perfect diet for carbs, fats, protein based on his exact body composition. And the irony is that if he had spent the 3 months he's just spent researching, doing nothing other than going for a walk, he would have already started to lose the weight that he wanted to lose in the first place. How about the guy that wants to start a business? He spends the next year consuming every single piece of content that he can find on starting a business, navigating all the taxes, how to hire and fire staff, creating the perfect marketing plan. Meanwhile, some other guy with half of his knowledge started a business 6 months ago and is already making money. And lastly, the guy that wants to make more friends or to get better at talking to girls. Again, he researches everything that he can find on the topic, how to be more charismatic, how to deliver the perfect lines. And meanwhile, some other guy, armed with nothing more than a bit of courage, just walked up to people and started talking to them. And that guy has already been laid 3 times over, while the first guy dissects his copy of the game. In all of these examples, these guys have been tricked into thinking that research equals progress. But unless you have any tangible results to show for your efforts, then you have made no progress. By thinking that you need the perfect plan to begin, all you're doing is going deeper into this rut. Realize that there is only a very small amount of information you actually need before you can take action. When companies are designing a product, they don't put their entire budget into the first iteration of it. They create something called the minimum viable product, or MVP. They sink a small portion of their budget into the product, they make a small amount of them, and then they send them to a research group for feedback. The feedback comes back and they reiterate that product based on the feedback that they got. They keep doing this process until they end up with something as close to perfect as they can make it. That is exactly what you need to do to get out of this rut. The best teacher you'll ever find in your life is not going to be found on the internet. He's not going to be found in some book or on a podcast. He's not going to be found on YouTube. It's not me. It's not any other expert out there in the field. The best teacher in life is experience. So in whatever domain it is that you want to grow or to get better in, learn the bare minimum of what you have to do, go out into the world, take action, experience it, come back, reflect on what you could have done better. Then is the time to take on some more experience and some more knowledge, then go out there and try it for yourself again. What I've realized after so many years of struggling with this problem myself is that the main reason guys get themselves so stuck in a rut is not having a clear sense of purpose. Not having a clear idea of where they're going in life or what they're doing it all for. I've taken everything I have learned through my own lessons, as well as working with guys one-to-one, and created a transformational journey that will allow you to rediscover who you truly are, to reignite your sense of purpose, and to help you feel truly aligned with the life you are meant to live. I call it life by design. By the end of the 90-day journey, you won't just have clarity. You'll have confidence, direction, and the momentum to create lasting change. You won't be doing this alone either. Through weekly one-to-one sessions with me directly, I'll be here to keep you accountable, push you forward, and to help you break through these barriers that have kept you stuck. You'll also have access to a group of like-minded guys that are all on the same mission. Right now, I'm inviting a small group of driven men to be part of an exclusive launch at a special price. This is a one-time opportunity to work this closely with me and to get real results. We start on March 31st, and for those that are selected early, I am also offering private coaching before we even begin the journey. This means that you'll already have momentum when we begin. This level of direct access to me won't be available again. So if you are serious about getting out of this rut and stepping into a life that you were meant for, then I invite you to book a free call with me. Let's talk about your goals, your challenges, and whether this particular journey is the right fit for you. Click the link below to find out more. Thanks for watching.